But I just want to bring in Eric here, who was very instrumental in helping to spread the word about this film. That's one reason why we are here, because of Eric here. So, you know.
Well, thanks a lot, Russ. And it's been my pleasure to know you. I got to know Russ about a year ago. He was up in Palo Alto at the TV studio where I taped my TV show. And at that time, I was helping another producer do a TV show called Got Movie. His name's Paul Hickman. And actually, Russ and Paul and I, and actually even Jeff, are working together on a new movie, which I don't know. I'll leave it up to Russ if he wants to talk about that project. But since we're focused on Occupants tonight, but Russ was he was just a great guy, and I talked to him about the TV show, and he's like, "I'll go on your TV show." So I had him on the TV show. I think the first episode was November, or was it December?
No, was it December? I think it was December.
It was,
it was December.
Yeah, it was. The movie wasn't even finished yet the first time, as I recall, and I was the first one to actually broadcast the trailer, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And so it's been a really fun ride. He's really shown me a lot of different great venues, including the Miami SuperCon, the San Diego Comic-Con, Shriek Fest, and of course here today. And so it's just been a lot of fun for me helping him to promote the project and meet a lot of people. I've met Bob Picardo. I call him Bob. You guys might know him as Robert. But anyway.
No, it's Mr. Woolsey.
Mr. Woolsey from Stargate, right. So, but he's a really, really great guy, and he's probably nothing like you guys would ever imagine until you meet him in person. It's amazing, some of these really nice people. So, it's been my pleasure. I don't know what else to say.
Well, you know, I meant you have a. I think,
you want me to say something substantive?
I think you have a more, I guess, objective experience of what's been going on with Occupants in the various events, because we have been literally going around the country and Toronto also. I guess if anybody knows domestic, when they do the domestic total, Canada's counted part of it. So I do count Canada part of domestic, if you will, because that is, film term. So we went to, the Ontario province as well as many, many states. And, he's been at Florida. You met Bob there at Florida.
Yeah, we call him Bob.
Robert Picardo, if you want, yes. Okay, so, I mean, Eric has been, he has this show called Cosmic Cafe Show, and he's just really helped to spread the word. So, I think it's for the lack of a better term, very cosmic.
Well, the audience really loves the whole concept of parallel dimensions, parallel worlds, and so that was what the attraction was. And I would actually, if you wanted to see Russ early on last year, feel free to go to my website and you can dig through the archives and see my first interview with Russ. He's definitely polished up a lot.
But here's the other thing. When the film first played, I had no idea if people would like it. I really didn't, because I've seen this film a million times. I did some of the visual effects when the pan hitting thing. I did that, frame by frame by frame, and I only see flaws, because I'm the filmmaker, right? So when we had our first screening at the Writers Guild in December 2015, and it was family and friends and cast, and they're like, "Oh yeah, it was great, everything was great." I'm like, "Okay, but they're family and friends and cast, so I guess I'm sure that's what they're gonna say, right?"
Yeah.
So I'm like, "No, they're just being nice." Then we had our real first event in Maryland. It was called Farpoint. It's a Star Trek convention there. And it's the first time I flew out to an event, and it was a great experience. And I met some great people there. Mark B. Lee, Lakita Edwards, Pat and Lisa Spanego. And there was a reaction to this film from this 13-year-old girl that was there, and it really surprised me. She was going, oh my God, this is the best thing I've ever seen. I'm gonna go on Snapchat and whatever. And I'm going, oh my gosh, that's the reaction? And that was not my target audience. That's not who I was going for. Actually, like 20-something, to be honest. So when I saw that reaction, I was like, oh my gosh, I guess she really liked the film. And then we played at Phoenix Comic-Con That was our first real world premiere, if you will, because everything else was like work in progress. So Phoenix Comic-Con Film Festival, that was in June, and we ended up winning the second place prize there, which really shocked me. You know, I mean, really, again, you know, I only see flaws in my own film, right? And again, there was another 13-year-old girl in that audience who had the same reaction. I'm going, okay, so I guess our target audience are 13-year-old girls to this film. So yeah, it just really surprised me. And as the events have gone by, you know, Florida's SuperCon, they again gave us another award, and I'm not going to name which one.
Best
it is.
Director
no,
Award.
No, but
Right
they
there.
did. They were very kind to
Yes.
us. Yes, thank you. And
Best
and then,
Director Award.
San
yeah.
Diego Comic-Con and you know, Shriekfest. Shriekfest was just, it was an honor. Shriekfest.
Best
I've
movie.
always wanted to get into Shriekfest, and I never could. Just to get in was an honor, because that's one of the top horror festivals in the Los Angeles area.
Science fiction and horror.
It's science fiction and horror, yes.
Yeah.
And again, I never thought we would win, let alone get in. And we won the Best Sci-Fi Feature Film Award there. And that was just like, ever since then, it's just sort of accelerated and helped, you know, momentum with the film, only because that is a really prestigious award. And, you know, I'm not saying that to, you know, to say, wow, look, I won this. I'm saying that because it helps, I guess, with future productions. Because what I really would love to do is Occupants 2. So if people here liked Occupants 1, then I think you're going to be in for a ride with Occupants 2.
By the way, you
Oh, this
guys
is
got
a
to go on their
juggernaut.
website and see the trophy he got from Shriekfest. He couldn't bring it up here because he had to just do a quick plane trip up. And when you see the trophy, you would know why he couldn't get through TSA with it. Let me just tell you.
Yeah, it's a
Thanks
bloody
for
reel.
attending.
Yes, they would have
Yes.
confiscated it.
Yeah, they would have confiscated
Okay, so
it.
the case studies, were they just made up, or are there real case studies?
Well, there is a Peterson Research Institute site you can go to at pri-info.org. No, pri-research.info. And if you want to see anything on Occupants, it's occupantsthemovie.com. I actually have cards. It's in his car, though. So if you're willing to wait, you can go to his car and get you some business cards. Again, you have to forgive me.
Or
you
stalk
again,
us and
just
follow
flew
us.
out from Los Angeles. I had 3 hours of sleep today.
Take
So,
them,
yes, basically, this is the true story of what happened. Is there was a line in the script where Picardo's character says there's even some video. Well, there was no video. So I had my friend Chris Winters, co-producer of the film. He helped put that together, and he became the PRI representative, which is, by the way, his character is extrapolated in the comic book. So, and he had his friends, I had my friends, and my friend John Paul Ouvrier had his friends, and we recorded testimonial videos literally from all over the world. And then they gave it to us. And what I did was then the visual effects artist, they're out of Bangalore, India, named Screen Arts VFX, they put it together. And then we created this website to show that there was a testimonial. And then the comic book then ties into the website, which then ties into the feature film, and it's like this big circle. So check out the website. I mean, I hope you like it, but we really put a lot of effort into this. And one more thing, Cloverfield was my inspiration for doing all this, because they did a viral marketing campaign there with Slusho Cola, if you remember, or Taraguto, yeah. And 10 Cloverfield Lane sort of ties in. In fact, that's actually an alternate reality if you really like pay attention to it. So that's another parallel. Yeah, it's great. That film was wonderful. But that really inspired me. In fact, I almost went with the premise of not using music at all in the film, just like Cloverfield, only in the end credits. But I realized you needed the music to come in. If you notice, it sneaked in. And then by the end, it was just this big, rousing finale. So, does somebody have a question? I'm sorry.
Yes,
Yes.
I do. You're probably aware about the new book of Blake Crouch, Dark Matter, and there is a